Welcome to another edition of Jules Voto's Photo Focus. The most important thing you need to create good, even great photographs is not the best equipment. In fact, equipment is way down on the list of what you need. The most important thing is light, but not just any light. I'm talking about quality light, not quantity so much as quality. So what is quality light? Some of the best light happens in what's called the golden hour. That is the time before sunset. It's not necessarily an hour, but the time before sunset and also after sunrise. The sun is low in the sky, the light is warm, and the fact that it's low in the sky brings out detail in your subjects. Now, of course, it really depends on your subject as to whether or not this golden hour light will work. But it works great for many subjects. Landscapes, photographs of buildings, photographs in cities where the light is coming right down the street. The sun is low and it's giving you the texture in the street, the sidewalks, the buildings. When that sun is low, it just gives you a wonderful effect. Now, what I suggest, especially if you're a beginning photographer, is before you even take pictures, if you're going on your way to work, if you're riding the bus, if you're driving in your car, if you're just taking a walk, observe. Observe things in different light. Look at them at midday when the sun is high in the sky. And that's probably, depending again on subject matter, probably the worst light. There's heavy shadows. If you're photographing people, you don't want them in that noon sunlight. It's going to create shadows under the chin, under the nose, and the eye sockets. So observe. If you're a people photographer, observe people in different types of light. If you're a landscape photographer, look at the scenery. If you're an architectural photographer, if you like to shoot buildings, observe how buildings look in different types of light. Sometimes a cloudy day is best. I like a cloudy day for portraits. But what we're really going to look at in this video is that golden hour. Some of the pictures that were shot for this video were in Biloxi, Mississippi. Others were in Cape May, New Jersey. If you've never been to Cape May, New Jersey, there are a lot of Victorian buildings. It's an old shore town, some beautiful buildings, and that's what I like to photograph when I'm in Cape May. So let's talk in a little bit of detail about these images. Okay, so as I said, some of these were shot in Biloxi, Mississippi, the others in Cape May. These are from Biloxi. This was about an hour before sunset. I just took a walk along the Gulf Coast, and the sun was starting to get low in the sky. Like I said, it was an hour before sunset, and you could see the texture of this piece of wood and the rocks on the beach, and the shadow created on this wall. And the same thing here. You get the texture, you get the long shadow. The sun was to the left of those people, and you could see the shadows. This was kind of backlit. And I just like the way this looks with this texture. These were all shot with the Nikon Z8 with the 24 to 200 zoom lens, the f4 to 6.3, and it does a really nice job. And again, just a lot of texture, a lot of detail comes out. If you shot this at midday, you would see none of this. You would not see this texture. You'd have the shadows, that you would have, but they wouldn't be as long. And here I use the slow shutter speed to pick up the water as the little waves washed over some of the rocks that were on the beach. And now you're starting to see more of that warmth of the light. as the sun started to drop lower in the sky. And you can see how warm it is here on this rock. And now we're going to go to Cape May, New Jersey. And these were shot, I guess, about an hour or so before sunset on Sunset Beach. And you could see on the left there the sunken concrete ship, which that beach is famous for. And again, we get the texture in the sand. We don't get that warmth yet. It's still a little early to get that warmth, but we do get the texture and this couple walking along the beach. You could see that. And then the shadows created by the sun getting low in the sky on this weathered door. And now this is in a different spot on a street leading to the ocean. And I just love this yellow building, the saturation. Now, I boosted saturation a little, just a little, but you'd see the beautiful sky, just a deep blue sky. And these Victorian buildings in Cape May are just great. There are some people that have workshops, photo workshops in Cape May because there's so many great subjects. You have the beach and you have these great Victorian homes and hotels and other buildings. And again, now it's starting to get a little later. It's still before sunset. And I was using matrix metering and really no exposure compensation except for these. Here shooting into the sky. The sun is still a little, a little ways up in the sky, but getting low. And I use some negative exposure compensation for these. So now these are at the beach, and then I walk back the same route that I had just shot. And now the building started to look a little different. And this is what's called Congress Hall. I believe it's a hotel in Cape May, and you could see the texture in the stucco on that building. And the sun was lower in the sky, and you could see the shutter on the left there with the sunlight hitting it directly. And again, walking back, and I just love the way this looks with the warm light. And then this building, you could see the reflection sort of the sun in the door and the blue sky. And shooting at a different time of the day, it's not going to look like this. It's going to look totally different. And I think these buildings just lend themselves to shooting in this golden hour. So it's a great time to shoot. I try to do it whenever possible if the subject matter lends itself to the golden hour, as these buildings do. And along with the shooting on a stormy day, a snowy day, a foggy day, it's my favorite time of day to shoot. Okay, so that's it for this video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below. And I'd like to hear your opinion of shooting at the golden hour. Now, there is also something called the blue hour, which is after sunset or before sunrise. I think the golden hour is much better, but you can also get some great photographs in this so-called blue hour. And especially if you like to shoot buildings or landscapes, the sky gets real blue right after sunset. And when the lights come on, if you're doing a cityscape, when the lights come on, it looks great with that deep blue sky before it starts to get black when there's, an absence of light in the sky. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I usually publish a new video every Monday morning and Wednesday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And if you do leave a comment or question, I always try to respond to them in a timely manner. So thanks for watching, and I will talk to you next time.